If you are serious about growing your biceps and you're not doing these 3 exercises that we're going to talk about today, you are selling your progress short in the gym. Welcome to the video, guys. Today, we're going to talk about the 3 best bicep exercises that you could do to build mass, build size in your biceps. If you could only have 3 bicep exercises to do, these are going to be the top 3 that are going to help you pack on some mass. Now, today we'll go through the 3 exercises, and at the end, I'm going to give you a bonus tip that's also going to make a huge difference on building bigger biceps. Now, before we hop into the video, if you were watching this video, more than likely, you're a hard worker. You come into the gym, you put your head down, and you work. And that is exactly what the brand of FitGrind embodies. FitGrind is my gym, and it's also my fitness apparel line. And we're a brand for those people that love that daily grind that it takes to achieve your fitness goals. If you're looking to level up your gym outfit, I will leave a link below the like button down in the description below. I'll even leave you a discount code as well. If you use the code Jordan20, you'll get 20% off your first order. So after you watch this video, if you're ready to level up your gym outfit, check it out. Like I said, the link is below the like button. All right, we're going to hop into this list of 3 bicep exercises. We're going to kick right off with the first one. And this is one that is really going to help you build bigger biceps. These are in no specific order in order of importance, but all 3 of these in combination in a program is going to help you overload, provide new growth in your biceps. So the first exercise that we're going to talk about is the shoulder flexion cable curl. This is an exercise that is super underrated and is really going to mimic a preacher curl. Now, I'm going to go on a limb and say that this exercise is better than preacher curls, and here's why. When you're doing a preacher curl with a dumbbell or a barbell, that's great, but it's somewhere in that range of motion, you're going to lose tension because of that dumbbell or that barbell. With the cable, what it's doing is it's constantly providing that constant pull back and that constant resistance, which is going to help stimulate the biceps, keep constant tension on them, and it's going to help you break down more muscle tissue, and it's going to lead to more muscle growth in your biceps. Now, the reason that we're doing this in shoulder flexion is because with your biceps, you have 2 different heads. Anytime where arms are straight down by the side, say in a barbell curl or a dumbbell curl or a cable curl, you're going to be working both heads of the biceps fairly evenly. Anytime we get into shoulder flexion, you're going to start to work on that short head. Anytime we get the shoulder extension, which we'll talk about later, you're going to be working that long head of the bicep. Now, we want to make sure that we're manipulating our shoulder position to target the bicep and develop the bicep fully. So with this exercise, getting into shoulder flexion is going to help target that short head of the bicep, which is going to create more width in your bicep. Now, as far as setup for this exercise, what you're going to do is you're going to start off by picking up 2 cables, keep your hands supinated that whole set. From here, you're going to take a couple steps back. You're going to bring your arms up slightly into shoulder flexion. And what I like to do with each rep is I like to flex my triceps. What this is going to do is it's going to focus on making sure that your arm is fully locked out so that you can fully lengthen the bicep and train through a full range of motion. From there, you're going to initiate the movement from starting for the biceps, keeping your wrists locked, and you're just going to pull up, squeeze your biceps, and at the end of the rep, you're going to keep your arms in shoulder flexion. Again, like I said, this is mimicking a preacher curl, but the beauty is it's going to keep constant tension on your bicep, and it's really going to simulate some new bicep growth. Now, if you don't have access to a cable, this can be done with bands as well. Same thing, just make sure that it's anchored at a low position. You're keeping your arms in shoulder flexion, and you're getting that constant pullback from the band. Exercise number 2 is a classic. This is the eccentric barbell curl. Now, this is an exercise that some people call cheat curls. And I don't want you to think of this as cheating. What we're doing is we're using a little bit of momentum to get a heavier weight up on the concentric so that you can eccentrically overload your biceps and stimulate new growth. A lot of bicep exercises are going to be more isolation-based exercises. So you have 50 different kinds of curls that you can do. And other than like a chin-up, there's going to be mostly isolation movements. Yes, increasing volume, increasing intensity, those types of things can really help with stimulating new growth. But we want to have some sort of progressive overload too. That's one of the most foundational things that you can do to build muscle. So doing an eccentric barbell curl is really going to stimulate some new growth and help you pack on some mass in your biceps. The way that I would do this, I would start off adding anywhere from 10, 15, maybe 20 pounds heavier than you can stretch curl. And what you're going to do is you're going to make sure that you're never extending in your back. So what I like to do is take a good athletic stance. You're going to slightly hinge forward, use a little bit of momentum to get it up. Don't break the plane of neutral, so you're coming up into neutral spine. From there, you have the barbell at the top, and you're going to slowly lower that bar as slow as you can. Now, the idea with this is make sure that you stick your shoulders down and back We don't want the anterior deltoid to take over. We also don't want to be flexed in the wrist. Make sure that your wrist is in neutral and that you're just eccentrically overloading the bicep. I would shoot for anywhere from 3 to 5 seconds on that eccentric. And this is going to be a great way that you can really overload your biceps. And I would stick to this more in the beginning of the workout when your biceps are going to be most fresh so you can overload effectively. All right, the third exercise, and this is a classic, and this is one of my personal favorites, but it's got a little twist on it that is really going to make a big difference. This is the incline alternating dumbbell curl. Now, we talked about shoulder flexion earlier, going to target the short head of the bicep. We talked about down by the side, we're doing a barbell curl, that's perfect. Now let's talk about getting into shoulder extension. So like I said, we have 2 different heads of your bicep. Anytime we get our arm behind yourself, that's going to target more the long head of the bicep. And why that's important is that's going to help you create more the peak of the bicep and just develop a well-rounded bicep. But what we have going on here is kind of 2 overload principles. So we're getting into shoulder extension on that incline curl, so we're going to target more of that long head. What we're going to do is we're also going to increase the time under tension. So instead of just cranking out 12 to 15 reps like we normally would, like 1 second out, 1 second down, what you're going to do is you're going to start off by flexing your tricep, keep your shoulders back, and you're going to curl those dumbbells up. You're going to hold one in an isometric curl, and then you're going to complete a full curl on the other side. You're going to alternate your reps back and forth. What this is basically doing is, say that a set of 10 to 12 would normally take you like 20-ish seconds. This is going to double the amount of time under tension, and it's really going to add up over time. It's going to be a great way that you can add a new stimulus to develop some new growth in your biceps. Now again, with your biceps, what I would really focus on is focusing on getting a full range of motion. So with this, make sure that you're flexing your tricep at the bottom of the rep. That's going to make sure that your bicep is fully lengthened. Also, make sure that you're not flexing in your wrist. If you're flexing in your wrist, your forearm flexors are going to take over. We want to make sure that we're staying neutral in that wrist, and that's going to help you target just the bicep. Another cue that I tell people is make sure that when you get at the top of the rep, you're staying in shoulder extension, so your arms are staying behind yourself, not allowing yourself to come through into shoulder flexion. That's going to completely defeat the purpose of this exercise. Now that we've gone through the 3 best exercises, we're going to go through the bonus tip. And this is something that I've talked about before, but really can make a difference in building new tissue, creating a better mind-muscle connection, and overall just seeing better progress. What we're going to talk about is how to activate the muscle and use a primer in order to see better progress, get better blood flow, and increase your mind-muscle connection. So this is something great that you can do before a bicep workout. You can even start to get creative with chest workout, leg workout, tricep workout, any other workout that you're doing. But the idea of the primer is just to develop that mind-muscle connection, get a little bit of blood flow in that muscle that you're about to train, which is going to help you connect to the muscle, break down more muscle tissue, and therefore see better progress over time. So what we're going to do is a chin-up and a band curl. Why I love this superset so much is because we talked about earlier, we want to have some sort of overload. We want to make sure that today, we're not lifting the same weights that we are in 6 months, in 12 months, in 2 years, in 5 years. We want to get stronger and better. And chin-ups are a great way that we can overload over time. If body weight gets easy, you can start to add weight. They're just a really good exercise to overload. They're also going to help target your biceps as well. Get some blood flow, create activation in those muscles. And by supersetting it with an isolation movement like a band curl, you're going to further enhance that activation, get that mind-muscle connection, increase that blood flow, and you're just going to see better progress. Now what I would do is I would go anywhere from 2 to 3 rounds of the superset of anywhere from 10 to 12 reps. Make sure that the chin-ups aren't a failure, so we don't want to take our chin-ups to absolute failure. Same thing with the band. Just find a good solid band that you can use that you're going to get some good squeezes, maybe slow down that tempo. That's going to help improve that blood flow, that mind-muscle connection, so that later when you're doing your bicep workout, you're going to feel those curls a little bit more, and you're actually going to be able to activate and break down more muscle tissue, which is just going to lead to better growth. So those are the 3 best exercises that you can do to build muscle in your biceps, and also that bonus tip of a primer that's going to help you just break down more muscle tissue over time and see better growth in your biceps. Now, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. And if you haven't done so already, make sure that you subscribe to the channel. I post some weekly content to help you get in the best shape of your life. And if you're subscribed, you won't miss out on the content that I'm posting weekly. Like I said, if you are looking to level up your gym outfit, go click the link below the like button. Use that Jordan20 code, save 20% off your first order on fitgrindapparel.com, and really just level up your gym outfits. I'm gonna leave a couple other videos for you to watch on the screen here next. Make sure you check those out, and I'll see you guys in the next one.